Alyssa, Farah, Griffin.
Do you still think he could be a good president after he tried to overturn our democracy?
I haven't seen you since you've changed, but I want to say this to you.
I didn't change. Just to be clear, I didn't change. I swore an oath to the Constitution.
You get to talk here every day.
I swore an oath to the
guest.
Constitution, not to Donald Trump.
Right. As we all do.
I think that women have made a ton of progress, but we can also be each other's worst enemies. It's still the case, and I hate to say it, some of the worst bosses I've had have been women, and sometimes colleagues in the workplace who are women. And I always think of the Madeleine Albright quote.
Well, that's what happens when you work with Kellyanne Conway.
I mean, well, I can't really get a word in without you attacking me, so I wouldn't say this is a totally different. This isn't like a totally different environment of women supporting each other. But and Madeleine Albright's always said there's a special place in hell for women who don't help and support other women.
In my situation, personally, I had to deal with two people very close to me, my father and stepmother, who didn't want to attend my wedding.
Why?
Political differences after I spoke out against President Trump.
Oh, boy.
Once again, Donald Trump cost my party Senate seats. I was advising these same Georgia runoffs in 2020 when he lost those seats by, touting the election lies when it was Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Once again, he put his hand on the scale and put up a candidate who was highly unqualified, Herschel Walker, to be in the U.S. Senate. And so now we are in a position where we have to come around and realize we are losing under him. The fact that in Biden's economy, how poorly the country is doing, the fact that by and large voters, right, left, or center, say we're on the wrong trajectory, yet they're not voting for change. That since 1934, that they have not actually had a part incumbent not lose seats in the Senate. That is an indictment of the Republican Party. We need to wake up because we are losing the moment. And to me, the answer was simple. Like, I love them. They are welcome to be there on my end. But if they didn't want to be there, why would I interrupt my special day by trying to have them there? Political polarization, just harming families, tearing people apart.
So your father's in the cult?
Unfortunately.
Did you miss him?
Listen, I enjoyed my wedding. I got to be with my new family.
Exactly.
I worry that some of the far left has become so negative in how they talk about the other parties.
Who are these far left people?
Sonny,
I don't think you can both sides of this. Because the far left...
I said hun, like I'm talking to my husband.
The far left did not storm the Capitol.
Last week you called white Republican women cockroach.
Actually, I didn't. And
you said they're acting like cockroaches.
I used in a similar... Let me answer that.
Okay.
I used a metaphor.
Here's what I'm going to ask you all to do. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to tone it down a bit because I can't hear anything. No one can hear what's being said.
But she just said I called white women roaches. Roaches voting for raid, right?
I think that's
they're voting.
No, it's insulting to the voter.
They're voting against their own self-interest. Do they want to live in Gilead?
Okay, so do we love democracy or not? Because just saying that it's insulting to the voter.
I think he wants so much power that in 2017 he closed public beaches to all of New Jersey except for his family and his son, so he could have his son's birthday party on the beach. I think he thinks.
How does he get power by entering the race?
I think he thinks he's special. But what scares me, Alyssa, is that you are incapable of defending a man that you worked for, that you know of.
Oh, no. Why don't you ask me a question rather than...
I did ask you a question.
She did. And you said that you needed to hear more from him. And I don't need to hear more from Pence. For several reasons. Because when I lived in India...
Well, you just accused me of something, so why don't you let me actually answer? You're not going to vote for a Republican ever.
No, I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna say. The thing about Pence here is that
you defended Cornel West yesterday, who would destroy our country.
He also was a parrot for Trump.
Don't make this personal. Let's hear.
He spearheaded the Trump.
Sonny likes to make it personal with me, so we'll just... Are you going to give me a chance to answer?
Speaking the truth. Spearheading Trump's COVID-19 agenda of downplaying the virus.
Well, this is not what the show is about. This is Barbara Walters' legacy.
It's
Let a woman speak.
It's
everybody's view. No, it's Sonny Hopkins' view.
And Pence did not quarantine. Pence did not quarantine himself.
You said, why would someone vote for him?
Are you just going to keep going, or am I going to get...
Yes, because I'm not finished.
Answer my question.
You know what? I kind of feel like I need to go to break right now.
Well, let me...
No.
Maybe.
No, she's ready to answer the question.
Because I can't hear anybody saying anything.
It's hard when you're being interrupted.
I know.